AVerMedia just launched their tiny new little capture card called the CamStream, which seems like it's better than the Elgato Cam Link in every way, except for the name, but we can't all be perfect. Let me tell you about it. But first, I want to tell you about an affiliate program update for all you Twitch streamers. If any of you guys have been looking for affiliate programs to join, Aero Nutrition just opened up about 100 spots in theirs. So I'll leave a link to that down below for any of you that are interested in either that or just a healthy gamer drink. They're not sponsoring this video at all, but they are a partner with ADEM with our sponsor alerts program we just launched. So that's the thing. Let's get back to AVerMedia. We're gonna make this video a quick get in, get out information kind of video. A video about the same size as this capture card. How's that? 3 main points I think we need to talk about. First is the price difference between this and the Cam Link. The Cam Link goes for $99.99. This is $89.99. Hey, Future Harris here from the day this video is going live. This price we're talking about right now is not correct. I got an email late last night, the night before this device is being released, saying, the price we gave you is wrong. It's not $89, it's $119. So that changes a lot. And I will be back later in this video to share new thoughts, but I just wanted to let you know that this video was shot when I thought it was $10 cheaper than the Elgato, not $20 more. So keep that in mind. I'll see you guys in a little bit. So $10 cheaper. Plus I worked with AVerMedia to give you guys an extra 20% off. So there's an Amazon link down in the description. That discount is available only for the next 2 weeks, then it will go down to 12%. So anyway, if you've been looking for one of these, now might be your chance. In terms of feature difference between these two, there's a couple things to note. First thing, kind of a little thing, but there's a 1/4 mount on the bottom of this. This is mainly for mounting to the top of your camera. And AVerMedia was nice enough to also include a cold shoe mount in the box. So you're ready to do that day one. That could make this really great for IRL live streams. Also, you may have noticed that rather than the USB stick design that most of these camera capture cards use, they opted for instead a USB-C port on the opposite side of the HDMI. That's gonna be a personal preference change for you guys. A lot of you guys like the stick design, but I'm pretty sure just about all of us have a Cam Link with a bent USB stick portion. And lastly, there's a little LED dot right in the middle here that flashes different colors based on different indications that you need to be aware of. But and I will put all the, this is all of them. These are all the different colors and what they do. But to me, the big one is the last one where it changes to green if it notices it's only plugged in to a USB 2.0 connection, which is gonna limit the different resolutions and stuff you can use with this. So that's a cool one to see. But most importantly, let's look at the image quality differences between the two. Now, there are a couple key differences that I will tell you about. While I'm doing that, why don't we just put the two images side by side without labeling them just for a second, so you can see if you notice a difference between the two. And then in a couple seconds, I'll let you know which one is which. Spoiler alert, I can't tell the difference between them at all. I think they both look great. Just like the latest Cam Link, the CamStream can capture up to 4K 60 in MJPEG. I tested this on my PC, I got 4K 60 perfect. It looked great. Tested it on my Mac. They actually say in the information that they recommend an M1 or M2 Ultra, and that kind of checked out because my M4 Pro could not handle it. It previewed in 4K 60 just fine, could not record. So Mac users, keep that in mind if you're looking to do 4K 60. But something that the AVerMedia can do that the Elgato can't do is if you go down to 1080p, you can actually capture both uncompressed colors with RGB24 or use HDR for if you're doing something outside and you're getting some really high dynamic range shots. I don't see that being super useful for like 95% of streamers, but if you're one of those few, it's good that you know about it. Something also interesting about this is the capacity to capture in 1440p 120 frames or even 1080p 240 frames. Though with it being a stick style capture card, I've only come up with 1 or 2 scenarios where that actually seems useful. Now, there are a couple specific use cases where I think this card actually makes a lot of sense, but before we get into that, I want to talk about your one-stop shop for all your stream widget needs. And the sponsor of today's video, Owned.pro. If you're new to streaming or you're looking for a revamp and you want to make your channel pop, Owned.pro has been working very hard on their widget selection. They have these very cool, very useful, minimal looking widgets for that kind of modern, clean aesthetic on a stream. I'm currently using 4 of them. One of them is the Now Playing widget that I use to show what StreamBeats song I'm playing on stream. The Chat widget, which you can sign in with multiple platforms and the display on your stream, though that's a conversation for another day. The Label Rotator widget, which shows your most recent events like most recent subscriber or donator, and you can customize what you want it to show. And then also their Train widget, which is called Hypometer, which is super customizable, very cool. So go check them out at the link down below. Make your stream look a little bit more professional. Thanks again, Owned, for sponsoring this video. All right, back to this. So in my mind, there are 3 specific cases where this card makes a lot of sense. Someone might go for this one. Number 1 is the obvious one, the price. It's $10 cheaper, or I guess right now, like, what, $30 or $28 cheaper. And if you're on a budget looking to connect your camera, that's great. Number 2, IRL streamers. I think this is really cool for IRL streamers. I think the 1/4-inch mount on the bottom combined with HDR capture makes this a great option. HDR is great for outdoor stuff when you're dealing with a lot of dark things like shadows, as well as bright things like the sun. And since 4K doesn't really make sense when you're going over mobile data anyway, this might be the play. Also, this thing officially supports iPadOS and Android, so streaming on the go might be really cool with this thing. And I think that's the main distinguishment that AVerMedia was trying to establish here, is a capture card for your camera that not only works in the gaming PC setup, but is also really great for using on the go. Kind of just gets everything, IRL and gaming. And I'm here for that. I think that's cool. I'm gonna be trying this out a little bit more in future stuff. But the last thing that's interesting is the high frame rates, the fact that this can do 1440p 120 and 1080p 240. And while I don't think anyone's gonna be plugging a PC or a PlayStation into this because there's no HDMI output coming out of this thing, I think it serves a cool purpose potentially for handhelds, something like a Steam Deck. Maybe you wanna capture a Steam Deck, you can just go right into this little guy, or even playing on a larger screen. Maybe you're on an airplane and you brought your iPad with you also, and you want to plug this into the iPad and into your Steam Deck and play on a slightly larger screen. I think that seems like a cool option, though disclaimer, I don't have a Steam Deck, so I haven't been able to test that. If you have any feedback on that specific scenario, let me know. But that's gonna be it. Let's keep it short and sweet. I think this is a simple device with some cool upgrades and a lower price, and I'm here for that. All right, I'm back. Future Harris here. Again, there are 2 things we need to talk about. First is just this product. Until last night, I thought this was basically, for 99% of you, the exact same thing as the Cam Link. 4K 60, same quality and everything, but $10 cheaper, which is great. And then also, for the 0.1% of you that want to stream outside with a super high-end camera, cool, extra dynamic range, great. Doesn't apply to everyone, but it's cool that it's there, but overall, the thing is cheaper. Now knowing that it's $120, $119. It's $20 more expensive than the Cam Link. Actually, you can get the Cam Link right now for $90 on Amazon, so it's $30 more expensive. I don't know who this is for. I don't see any added value in this. Even in the 20% discount that we're giving you guys, you're still paying less, like $6 less for the Cam Link. So that's frustrating, but and this next part doesn't really, I guess, apply to any of you unless you care about this, but I'm frustrated that this is the second time I've had to retract information about an AVerMedia product because they omitted information in the reviewer's guide that I needed. And look, AVerMedia, I'm grateful that you sent me the correct price the night before this product launched. It's better than nothing. And I understand that mistakes happen, that you sent me the wrong price, the price of a different product by accident. I get that. The problem isn't that. The problem is that you didn't tell me the price in the reviewer's guide. Every other reviewer's guide I get has the prices in it. I'm going to assume positive intent here and that it wasn't malicious, that you weren't hoping reviewers would talk about it, not realizing it was more expensive than the competition. But please just start putting all the information that we need in the reviews inside the reviewer's guide. That'd be really great. That's the end of the video. Thanks, guys. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Check out the Aero Nutrition Affiliate Program. See you in the next one.